Wow, I'm muted. Thank you, folks. Good day, friends. I thought I would say welcome. Welcome to Friday, TGIF and all. And again, to say what I said already in the stream you couldn't hear. Um, I can't believe I did that. Um, eh, well, thanks for being here. We've got a lot of stuff that we've gone through over the course of the week. Some interesting subject matter. Yeah, definitely Boomer Casino indeed. For those of you in the chat enjoying my, I punched myself out on my soundboard. I didn't actually do it on the StreamYard thing. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, let's see. Just a lot has happened. I obviously released a video today about the breakup between Blizzard and China, and the fact that that's not exactly the whole story. So if you get a chance to see that video, please do check it out. It looks like a lot of you are celebrating some private victories in the chat. We'll get to those for sure. I was able to get to the point where I could actually get to the semi-retirement point. I don't think I can pull off a complete retirement. I think I need to do a lot of work, but I'm pretty excited to do less stuff and do more things here. As such, we'll be doing a live gaming stream tomorrow on the gaming channel. Hopefully, you guys can check that out. And you guys are right. Boomer Casino. Turo's like, yeah, indeed. There's Michelle O'Rourke Johansson. Good to see you. We got Humor and Waffles. Defenders of the Faith. Yeah, we're in the final right now. And congratulations, Michelle, on working with a publishing company. I hope you do get that taken care of. We got Andy out there. Good to see you. My buddy Hamroid Hertz is out there. He's been off the air all week. Well, I'm glad you're here. Please talk Blizzard, then Emily and Kate. Is this really happening? Well, can't speak to the Emily and Kate stuff at this point. As far as Blizzard, well, the Blizzard thing's for real. Right now, our country is the country as a whole, in several other countries around the globe, are kind of in a really weird position with like a global breakup with China. It's a conversation that I think is worth having. And it might be a point of discussion when we get around to Monday over on Comics Division's channel, although we have plenty to cover that we couldn't cover that's just from the last couple of days. But I see China coming to a crossroads. Financially, they're in similar predicament as far as the rest of the globe is concerned when it comes to economic collapse is a strong word. Let's use something less hyperbolic. Let's say decline, downward slope, whatever you want to call it. But they've got to trade with other countries in order to generate, GDP, and they're starting to come to grips with the fact that some countries are actually serious about human rights abuses and things like that, like here in the United States and many other countries. You're also seeing technology companies move away from China. Apparel companies are moving away from China because they don't want to be associated with forced labor practices. Again, this is not a popular subject for YouTube, so I might get in trouble for covering it, but it's all out there. I mean, I'm using authoritative information from many authoritative sources who regularly get the news 190% wrong all the time. AP is terrible. AP's history for reporting the right thing the first time over the course of the last 4 or 5 years has been atrocious. They are god awful. They're terrible about the way they update stories. They stealth edit things still. There's a lot of very bad journalistic practices, and yet they still get a very high NewsGuard score, which is, well, a problem. But yeah, we've got that happening. Blizzard essentially had to pull the plug in their negotiations with NetEase, who's been their partner since I think 06 or 08. I don't know. I reported it in the story, but and a lot of it has to do with, some of the culture things, but also because NetEase and other Chinese companies are continuing to try to do forced technology transfers. they want to acquire the IP, or the means to produce the same IP or similar IP, and the methodology for delivery, which can lead to multi-service game stuff and everything else. We've obviously got a very advanced methodology in the United States for producing various types of technology, and China is always trying to acquire that. So specifically with NetEase and Blizzard wants to control their IP. They are conceding a decent portion of revenue to NetEase, and the only deal that's not affected by the breakup is the one for Diablo Immortal. Diablo Immortal is the only thing that's going to survive this. Now, mind you, there was, and I'm not sure how widely this was reported, but there was a team working for 3 years on essentially a mobile parallel version of World of Warcraft that you could play on your phone or tablet or whatnot. And that's something that won't ever be developed now. It's just something that's sitting on a shelf. And that's, again, another co-development project. And I can see why, Blizzard, Activision walked away from it. But this is part of a big, like I said, it's part of a broader thing, considering that the U.S. government, and I mentioned this in the video that I put together, is looking to start banning a lot of this stuff. I mean, it's pretty easy for Activision Blizzard to write off 3% revenue. That could be a ghost on a financial sheet, right? And it won't matter because, obviously they just slightly elevate the amount of predatory monetization techniques that they use to, steal money from, well, not steal, but coax money out of people's wallets. So I think that's that. You're seeing Apple move manufacturing out of China. I think actually Logic's Finest brings that up. Foxconn, yeah, and but this is actually changing. Foxconn is going to develop even fewer and fewer of those things, and you're going to start to see a major manufacturing shift. Not to mention the fact that the U.S. government, and I covered this in the video, and I think I've covered it before. I probably should do an in-depth, analysis of what's actually happening. I'm sure YouTube will love that. But you can find, obviously, my videos elsewhere because I have a Rumble and a Odyssey channel. But getting back to that, you're seeing a lot of technology just being stripped away from China by our government because they're forcing people at high levels in chip development, manufacturing processes, et cetera, et cetera. They're being forced to choose, and we're forced to choose between their U.S. citizenship and, the employment in China. I mean, it's pretty easy to see why you're going to pull your best engineers, your U.S. citizens, out of those jobs, which a lot of them did. So we're forcibly bringing back, all 3 tiers of chips. Fortunately, someone on here in one of my chats mentioned this amazing YouTube channel called Business Basics, which actually does a wonderful breakdown of some of the stuff happening in China and so on and so forth. One of the guys, I always forget their name, but one of the guys that used to drive around China on motorcycles with his partner, his buddy, they used to drive around, show off the ghost cities and everything else, and kind of just expose to the world what was happening there. Well, actually, he just did a video just a few weeks ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, talking about how China can't actually make ballpoint pens because they don't have they can't actually produce the little BBs, the little marble balls that are required to make the ink flow smoothly. So China's good at assembling stuff, but there's certain things they're not up to. So I think you're starting to see that. I think you're starting to see some serious changes. And to answer this question here, to my knowledge, they didn't take full control of it outside of the normal authoritarian practice of just shutting the park down and locking the park down when they had a positive case for, the global crisis virus of unknown origin. And I say that firmly, tongue in cheek. But it's an interesting thing. Let's just say that, to say the least. And could they possibly at any point in time? This is the other problem. The reason I said Blizzard was breaking up with China or whatever was because any time you do business in China, and this has been true since the opening up of China, since the most favored nation country, status, whatever you want to call it, was actually, granted. You're always doing business with the Chinese government because any business interest in China is in partnership with the government of China. So you are always in business with China if you're doing business with a Chinese company. So it's just that shouldn't be lost on anybody. So it's very, very very interesting. So at Blizzard's walking away. I think it's a smart move. They're not the only ones. I mean, consider this: at one point in time, Tencent owned a giant chunk of Epic Games. Yeah, and that is no longer true. And you're now starting to see other companies going after Apple's ecosystem, their app store. I think I did a video about that this week as well, or maybe it was last week, but which again, I mean, it's these types of strict monopolistic things are very similar to the way that the Chinese government does business, at least with businesses. So it's very strange. Yeah, the Disney parks in Japan aren't owned by Disney. No, they're owned by Oriental Land Company. And they're in a weird partnership, I'm going to put it that way, that licenses and trains their employees. They're the last parks on earth, to be honest with you, that actually employ the Disney difference, because, the current management of Disney abandoned that long ago in favor of ideology. So I want to say thanks to Big Raj for the super sticker, his traditional thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friend. And Darcipia's in the chat. Good to see you. But it is what it is. Tencent doesn't own a majority of Epic Games. No. In fact, the guy that started it said that would never happen. He would never allow that to happen. So at least that's been the case since the last time I looked at it, which was, just 3 or 4 months ago. I guess I could go look at it again, but that's not the way it breaks down. What's going on, Jason? Got a few folks popping in here. Yeah, it's mostly indirect, but everything Chinese is doing business with the CCP. It's not indirect. I mean, you just need to know it. It's a rote. It's by rote you're doing business with the Chinese government if you're doing business with any company in China. That's why Alibaba and all these others, are essentially financial leverage machines. What do I mean by that? Well, Alibaba took a major financial hit and a hit to the stock price because of, obviously not what they do, which is just distribute products, as a wholesaler to markets or whatnot in giant chunks. Right. Even to small time people like me, if I wanted to buy like 1,000 or 10,000 mugs, I could get them from Alibaba for very cheap. But because they don't have a lot on their margin, so it comes down to volume. Well, that's the way Alibaba operates. But Alibaba again reported their earnings and their stock fell. And that was largely because the companies that they in turn invest in, largely U.S. companies for that matter, were having economic downturns of their own, and their earnings were off. So it's a cascading effect. Your valuation falls based on what you invest in. So it's kind of a pass-through equity control in the United States. So we have to figure out a way to break those things apart so that can't be done anymore. We also have to prevent foreign investment in land in our country, like almost every other country in the world does, especially Mexico. But anyway, I will continue on. I really think I got very far away from that subject, but I just would say this: do check out the video. There's some other information I left out of there, such as the amount of licensing that NetEase is losing, et cetera, because there's a lot to the story. And a lot of it's not being covered. I mean, a lot of people have been doing some superficial coverage, and they've been doing a good job with it. I mean, I'm not criticizing them, but there's just a little more. There's a little more there. It's probably the best way to go about it. If you're talking about any form of fiat, Darcipio, any form of fiat is a scam. That includes, even the paper dollar that people have. So it's just whether or not people believe in the scam or not. See, value can only be placed on something and is only attributable to the fact that, somebody will recognize it for as such and do an exchange in trade. The barter system might actually be something that we return to here in the United States, if we end up in the economic situation that we could end up in. I mean, and that ultimately was put on display during the actual Great Depression. You will see an exchange of good for good, item for item, service for item, et cetera, et cetera. And the currency will just be labor or goods. So take from that what you will. I'm not going to say any of that. I still own various forms of fiat. I meant that every company. Oh yeah. There's a percentage, indeed. Yeah, it's mostly indirect, but we're saying the same thing. Yeah, that's what I figured. I didn't think we were at odds at all. Logic's finest, no. So wow, it's hey, what's up? Thunderduck says, hi there. According to Wikipedia, Parler has 36 employees. Let's say it's 50 now. Twitter's overblown. Parler is proof if you don't need many employees to run it. You're 100% true. So yeah, let's jump on let's talk about it, because everybody's very familiar with what's going on with Twitter, right? And I participated in the fun, I think, late last night before I passed out because I was exhausted. And I said, or maybe it was early this morning, I don't know, but I said I tweet out at some point in the last 24 hours saying this may be my last Twitter message if Twitter goes away, or something like that. And I pointed towards the fallacies of all the major authoritative news sources and the fact that they get it wrong always the very first time they report it because they don't have any of the facts. Because the rush to, I didn't get a chance to, go into detail on that, but every time they report something, they don't have all the facts, they don't have all the information, and they're only reporting it because they want to be first, or they don't want to be that far behind in the breaking news cycle. This is the poison that was brought into the 24-hour news cycle, post, the first war, right? The first Gulf War. Nothing, and then nothing helped, after that. I mean, it just got worse. And then all of the other networks jumped on the bandwagon trying to be first on things or report the most hyperbolic, sensationalized version of whatever it was, even without the appropriate facts. We still arguably don't have the facts in what happened in the Pelosi household going back to a week prior to the election. Why? You all know why. And when they actually got near to reporting the facts, and this was something I covered in the 6-Minute Daily this week, I don't remember what day, they suspended the reporter that filed the story, despite the fact that he was reporting the real news. There's a lot of inconsistency in everything that was being reported. And believe me, it could be cleared up rather easily. Anybody who doesn't believe that, it just isn't paying attention. So, like I said, that was, and again, that was the whole point of the tweet that I threw out this morning. So I got to have a little fun with that, but there was no way Twitter was going to disappear. And Elon, like I reported in the 6-Minute Daily this morning, basically was overjoyed to report that Twitter had more engagement than it had ever. More interactions with real people, not bots. We're going to see what happens with the bots. The bot army is going to get disassembled here rather quickly. And look, and if the government wants to, and it's only one party that's threatening to investigate Twitter, and obviously not, anybody who experienced some time on a unnamed island where unnamed activities took place at a period of time. None of those people, even though somebody's in jail for that, by the way, none of the people who actually did any of those acts or anything were actually revealed to the public and or under trial or in jail. Anyway, wow, I went off on a tangent there, folks. I'm sorry about that. But look, why are you investigating Twitter? You have a massive cryptocurrency scandal that essentially, points to a whole lot of, and I'm going to say it, money laundering that happened. And we won't get to the bottom of it. There's a decent chance you'll get a pretty gross, adult film out of the situation if the leaks were true yesterday. Grr. Anyway. Culture Your Shadow's still on the Midnight Cinch. I don't know what's going on. I had an internet hiccup here that just went boom. And everything else ran. Computer, no power problems, whatever. But that, and all of a sudden, I was just gone. I was just a spinning dial on Midnight's Edge. I think it's funny as heck. But anyway, it is what it is. You guys are going to fire in the chat. I got to be talking to people. Oh my God, idea. Dick's Division recreates Bohemian Rhapsody. Oh, that would be incredible. If you got to see the behind the scenes, because Big Raj was with us in the Boomer Content House, the Boomer House, right, in Florida. And we'll be doing those again, by the way. We're gonna rent a house going forward, I think, for most of these meetups, right? But we're gonna rent one of these content houses regular and do that. I think it'll be great, right? But if you got to see the behind the scenes, which I'm sure Big Raj can repost or whatever, or just retweet his original tweet. When the show ended, we were doing Bohemian Rhapsody, singing it wildly in the background. It was a lot of fun. But I think that's a great idea. We definitely need Bohemian Rhapsody. Indeed. Let's see. I see you guys in the chat. I'm sorry. They need to investigate themselves. Well, you know what? Putting someone like, what is her name? Maxine Waters, technically challenged human, in charge of investigating FTX. You already know it's a sham. You're putting the least qualified human beings to investigate themselves and tech at the same time. Not good. Luke's got a premiere coming up at 6:30 Eastern. There you go. Let's see. Well, the glass in Pelosi's back door was shattered from the inside out. Yeah, we don't need to get into any of that. So, but I agree with it. I agree. There's a lot of fishy there. CultureCasino, what's up? Thunderduck says Black Adam will pass Eternals domestically, internationally, and globally. Pass Shang-Chi internationally and just slightly globally. I think you're right. I think Black Adam's going to perform going forward. You know what? One of the reasons why the earnings were knocked down on that film, well, because a particular film took over the number of theaters. This is like one of the widest possible releases you could do for a film, and it dominated all the premium formats, and yet the film is going downward. So let's take a look at this, though. So I kind of covered this. I was going to do a video on it, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to slap it in the 6-minute daily because, it's not going to get lost. And then it's 18 other stories that were there today. I can't believe I got through 19 in 6 minutes. But when you look at this, Marvel fans showing franchise fatigue. Is that really what it is? I would argue that it's not. I would argue that it's something different. And Jacob, I'll get to your super chat in just a second. But Marvel fans showing franchise fatigue, while DC fans more likely to prefer single superhero over universe, says new Fandom study. That's an interesting study. Not sure it's entirely accurate. And I want to show you some elements of the study that was done because I have the VIP report in a PDF form. Man, I really wanted to talk about that and beat everybody to it, but unfortunately, Gary did it on a nooner 3 days ago, I think. But anyway, so you talk about all the different people that are interested in all of these things, and honestly, none of the terminology that they come up with is it makes sense. It's nonsensical. And it really doesn't matter because ultimately the idea behind this is flawed. Marvel fans aren't showing fatigue the way that they would like you to believe in this article with their weird analysis and nomenclature. They're experiencing apathy. It's a conversation I've been having for several days now in various forms, including on Midnight's Edge today. Nobody cares anymore. You've browbeat them so much with your sermonizing and your ideology that people are just done. Black Adam's a pretty good film, not a great film, but a pretty good film, and the audience loved it. They responded well to it. Apparently, Wakanda Forever, people are responding well to. It's not going to be profitable, but people are responding well to it. It's not fatigue. The reason that these numbers are going down, despite extraordinary inflationary pressures at the box office and ticket prices rising, especially at the premium large formats, the PLFs. You're not making that $1 billion you were making. You can't justify spending $250 million on Wakanda Forever or on Thor: Love and Blunder, right? You just can't. So I think the broader conversation is, of course, that, the audience is apathetic, and for good reason. Let's see. We've got Society Reviews for $2 saying the media is playing defense for FTX game rigged. You're 100% right. And they have been. The media is because they're bound ideologically to one party, which means you only ever get one side of the story, which is also why almost every time they report something, it's wrong, which is one of the reasons why some organizations had to write giant checks to Sandman, Nicholas Sandman, because when they went after the Covington kid, they didn't have all the facts. Problem. Sorry, I'm scrolling through here, guys. I'll catch up. Hey, little Chad's here. Adam is still losing money, though. Yeah. Needed 110 or lower budget for Black Adam. I agree with you. They spent way too much on it. Yeah. Little Chad's spitting sense. You should check out Little Chad and his channel. Good idea there. Franchise fatigue. Bad storytelling fatigue. Thank you, The Common Nerd. Another great YouTube channel. I agree with you. Hey, what's up, Larry? What's a fandom study? Well, I'll show you. I was going to get at this at the end of the stream, but Marcus Welby. Might as well get into it now. Marcus Welby doing it this moment. So you can get this PDF if you're a VIP member for Variety, right? But if you're not, I have it. And the VIP section of Variety is handy to have access to. A lot of the stuff that has some real business analysis and some other information, that's where it comes from. You'll see me do a lot of stories from the VIP platform, because otherwise you wouldn't be seeing them, because none of you, most of you are not going to subscribe to Variety. You're just not. But they do get a lot of stuff right. So they did this Fandom Nation thing, or whatever you want to call it. However you want to pronounce that. And it says how top film and TV franchises turn fans into YouTube creators. No, they didn't turn me into anything. Their garbage turned me into a YouTuber. I was never going to do this. I bet you guys didn't know that. I was out there in the world. They didn't want to do anything with social media ever again. I was in the process of starting to disconnect my life back in 2017, 2018. Just be done. Enjoy what I could watch on YouTube. Send super chats under one of my YouTube accounts that really doesn't do anything anymore, because, really it was just there for me to comment in the chat and to, send supers to people. I don't, like I said, you won't see that account ever again, because I'm using this all the time. But it was all of the garbage that compelled me to come back, and all of the people that I followed that were covering the garbage that compelled me to get back into social media, create this entire new persona, this CultureCasino thing that you see every single day here on the internet, it seems, right? Although, you know what? Here's a weird thing. You won't see me this Sunday at all. I have no stream scheduled. And the only way I'll appear on a stream is if somebody invites me. I will be, I think, on the Saturday stream for Legion of Memers. I think I will be on their stream this Saturday. I think. Not sure, but I'm pretty sure. But anyway, so there's this thing. And again, I became a YouTuber because of my outrage, my anger, and all this other stuff. Because I'm like, from the business side of things, this makes no money, tearing these franchises apart. And this particular study goes in depth on what kind of attention. Now we're talking about the attention economy, and I did a video on this too. You can go back and watch that if you want. But the attention economy is essentially whether or not you're making something that's compelling for an audience. Is it getting attention? Whatever that attention happens to be. It could be on social media, all this other stuff. They kind of are buying into the idea of what parody analytics does, which is a proven a failure as far as predicting what audiences will be interested in, because they never ask the right questions. Just having attention doesn't mean anything good, and it continues to further prove. It continues to further prove that there is such a thing as bad press. There is, and it tortures. It tortures fans. Fans are then turned apathetic. They get angry at first, and then they turn to apathy. And again, I'm not the only one to come up with this idea or concept. But as you can see here, so the monthly views for the top 10 franchises, the MCU scores, it looks like 10.5 billion views. Any video that covers the MCU. Obviously, they're tracking tags here. That's where they probably got their information, or anything that's related to MCU tags, right? That's probably where it is, or channels that are dedicated specifically to the MCU, I would imagine. So you can see that this just dominates the pants off everything else, including the DCEU, which is now the DCU, but of course they didn't change that here for this report. But yeah, so for DC, look at DC barely garners what, 2 billion interest a month. Not much. So as we scroll down, we see the of course the MCU's number one. Again, there's 6.2 million videos, and 461 billion views, 7.7 billion engagements, which means people actually took either the opportunity to click on something, comment on something, and whatnot. So, and you can see how things spike and things grow over time, and how YouTube's interest grows over time. Again, the MCU is the biggest thing in pop culture, so that makes sense. And then you can see where things do well, like Black Widow, which had a small uptick from where it was. You see a lull actually for WandaVision in MCU interest. That's kind of interesting. You see a rise because of Spider-Man No Way Home, which lasts for an entire month, because Spider-Man No Way Home was making news for 6 to 8 weeks. Maybe it could be argued 3 months. And so you can see a rise there. Same thing with the Miss Marvel series. Now, I know it's probably hard to read this. Let me see if I can embiggen for you guys. There. So as you can see there, this is an interesting chart to look at, in my opinion. But it does show you that Miss Marvel, it fell down to the ground. And that's the problem, is the peaks and valleys are related to the kind of messaging that they're sending along the way. And I think that, that can be accounted for all the way. But there's all these charts, and I guarantee you that there's going to be a conversation about this, probably on Friday Night Tights, if not other channels covering this in a more detailed way. But as you can see, the DCEU's 3.5 million views, 196 billion views, and 2.8 billion engagements. You can see where the peaks and valleys are in people's interest in this stuff. Wonder Woman should have had a much bigger bump than it did. You had a steep decline afterwards. Then you had a rise when Justice League Director's Cut started airing on HBO Max. That's right. I was part of that. I made videos on it. So did a lot of people. Suicide Squad, not exactly as well received as the Snyder Cut, right? And then Peacemaker gets a slight bump. So that looks pretty good. And that kind of rides upwards. There was a lot of news around Warner at this time and around superhero stuff, but they were trying to correlate it with Peacemaker, which I would argue is not true. And then, of course, the Batman drops somewhere in there, which I would imagine would have maybe been part of these peaks. But we get to August when Batgirl is canceled, and, it's back down to its like historic norm. So, no difference there. And again, more breakdown. This is well worth your time, especially when you look over the Star Wars stuff. And this is really what I wanted to get to. And there's probably a lot of you going, I'm really not that interested in this culture, but it's okay. You see the Rinse of Soybeans final trailer debut, the Mandalorian dropping on Disney Plus, the Rinse of Soybeans. Now, again, they're only tracking attention. And the problem is nobody's interested in this. So it's very telling is probably the best way to say it. But, you can see that Mandalorian season 2 finale, there was a huge bump. But Star Wars, they didn't get anything near that bump for Kenobi. Kenobi got a small bump. It barely rose to, the Mark Hamill level. And most of it was on describing just how terrible the show was. And that's the problem, right? Is if you're only tracking attention, you're not getting actual information, or you're not measuring actual interest, which is, again, the fatal flaw of paired analytics. But what's fun is to go down and break this down and talk about it. And if they really wanted to have this data be useful, and not just break it down by whether a channel's analysis or a listicle or a trailer or a clip or review reaction or any of that, which is what they do, that's part of this whole study. They legitimately need to break it down, and this is positive feedback, this is negative feedback. And I think that would be even more telling. So let me scroll through this. You guys, I really appreciate your patience there. Yeah, Black Adam is meh. Yeah, a lot of people thought that. Yeah, we fans are tired of crappy stuff and crappy films. Yep, that's the problem, not fatigue. I agree with you. Yeah, you guys are there with me. What's up going on, John Sapola? Good to see you. Yeah, fan science. That's right, 16-bit mask. At least I'm trying to look at this. And I'd love to break this down in detail, write out like a bullet pointed script and just kind of walk through it. But I don't know that a lot of people would be that engaged, to be honest with you. Hey, what's going on, Bamagrad? Bamagrad is responsible for probably one of the greatest pieces of memorabilia, maybe the greatest piece of memorabilia I own. This. Anyway, that was creepy eyes there. I love Wilma Deering. So anyway. Anyway, Bamagrad for $10. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate the support. Says, Hail Culture. Hello, my friend. Any big plans for Turkey Day? Yes, I will tell you. I'm going to be deep frying not one, but two turkeys, making 3 pans of stuffing, and just going all out and feeding people like crazy. So I'm pretty excited. I love Thanksgiving. I love this time of year. I love the holidays. I love to cook. I know you guys didn't know that about me, but I do. I love to cook. Someday I'll have a cooking channel. It'll happen. Because I will be fully retired and have nothing to do with my life. It'll be old man culture, running around doing dumb stuff, stapling his fingers or something. I don't know. But no, that's definitely, I'm very excited for Thanksgiving. Other than good food and tryptophan induced post-meal coma, I will be doing that for sure too. But yeah, a lot of turkey. Did you read the letter I put in the envelope behind the photo? You know what? I have not pulled it out yet. I will. Oh my gosh. It's funny. I didn't, I believe you mentioned it to me, and so much was happening that day, but I will read this. And again, my friend, I'm so touched. You have no idea. I meeting each and every one of you. I don't think you guys get it, but those are big deals for me. You guys, meeting you, all of you, you lovely ladies and gentlemen. It's a treat. You're gonna get me to cry, but you guys are important to me. You really are, and I think every one of us that goes to these events and gets to hang out with everybody. I think it's even more thrilling for us than it is for you. I think Gary Neurotic. I think he says it the best. He says it's what makes it, real, tangible. It's overtly touching, and it's why I always tell people, go to one of these events, get to refill your joy bucket in a minute, and you get to meet great people like Bamagrad. And so thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Oh man, guys, don't make me do that. I love cooking. I can't wait. Pretty stoked. Retired culture will be yelling at parked clouds. That's right, Godzillionaire, indeed. Oh, anyway. At that point, culture, you can pump up your building stuff channel. Oh my God. The caulking. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm so much looking forward to getting some more cultured builds videos out, because I'm working on some projects right now I want to share with all of you. I think we do need a meetup in Kansas City. Culture. Wait, what's happening now? Culture build a puzzle like X-Ray Grill is doing now. Well, that's actually pretty easy. Take a picture and just jigsaw it. Probably just laser cut it, but it is what it is. I can see old at Culture Casino yelling, "Get off the shed," or "Get off the grass." There you go. Yeah, Texas meetup's going to be great. It'll be great. Culture will have a cooking channel. Oh no, he'll have to have his hair in a man bun for safety. No, actually, I'll just probably put a hat on. I usually just when I'm cooking, and I don't want to dip my hair in anything or catch it on fire. I don't want to pull a Jay Leno. Ooh, that was too soon. I just put it in a hat. Just pull it back, put it in a hat. No man bun. Don't put your hair up in public unless your job requires it. Oh, that's not masculine. Culture builds a bunker. There you go. Oh, I love you guys. Food preparations channel with gardening and cooking. I'm actually the cooking thing is the thing I really am stoked about, Lisa, to be honest with you. Anyway, oh hey, Sherry's here. What's up, Sherry? All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move on to another subject. You guys are awesome. Thank you for that. But anyway, so I would anticipate you guys are gonna see more from this study from a lot of other channels. I think a lot of people are gonna be ready to talk about that. And again, you wouldn't see it unless you had access to VIP. So, all right, let's do this. Let's talk some Black Panther, shall we? I think we should. I have a feeling that Black Panther is going to be a critical conversation point over the weekend, and it should be, because I think it's been overpraised, over-touted for, well, the entire time. And it really does represent a lot of fake interest. How much interest was there really in this film? It's a good question. So when we look at it, you're still seeing puff pieces to this day. This one came out yesterday afternoon saying the hidden struggle of Wakanda Forever. It's essentially highlighting the never-ending battle marginalized group face in the real world. Nobody's buying this stuff anymore. Especially not in a country like the United States of America, which is the only country in which this film will actually play for any period of time. And it already is proving to have less legs than they would have hoped for. And that's pretty clear based on the numbers. What are the numbers? Let's take a look, because they're out there in full force, and it's a conversation that they really don't want to have. Just how much interest was in this film. The film was, well, for lack of a better way to put it, incredibly front-loaded. And I mean that because with this film, you had a lot of money come in early. And we'll get to that particular point in just a moment. But domestically, this is sitting at $213 million. The international box office is $187 million, and it gives it a total box office of $400 million. Well, Culture, that's an awful lot of money. Maybe so. But it's not anywhere close to profitability at this point, because honestly, this thing with advertising, with known advertising budget, plus the actual cost of production at $250 million, you need $400 million to break even. But you're not going to get that. You're only going to get roughly 50% of the box office. So $800 million is your break-even point. It's inarguable. So when people point to those financials and they say, well, it's broke even. No. It would be the same people that said, well, domestic box office, 213 million. It's already broke even. No. Nowhere close. It's also not trending well. You see this yellow line? I know I do this in a lot of videos, but you see that yellow line there? That's trending below where the cone of expectation is. That's this brown area here, up here. This here, that's where it's at. It's not doing well. It's trending in the same direction as a lot of the recent Marvel films have been. Again, especially when it comes to the MCU. And the MCU is real. I mean, if you watched Yelling at Park Cars, not Yelling at Park Cars, Thursday Night Throwdown last night, the intro to the video or to the live stream says it all. He clipped out what Grace Randolph said, And yet she and Marvel are proving our point. It is the MCU. Every single one of these films centers around a female replacement for the male character. All the Disney Plus shows have done that. Point to one that didn't, outside of, Falcon Cap, which did what? Did a replacement, maybe not a gender swap, but, something else going on there. And of course, let's look at the actual numbers. Okay, so this thing had a massive front loaded pre build up Thursday of $28 million. Overall, between Friday and Thursday, you had 84 million. Now, this is incredibly misleading. And it's one of the things that, kind of points to why front loading movies may be a bad thing to do, because you don't have an opportunity to have an upward trend. This $84 million is both Friday and Thursday number added together. That's how we arrived at it. So you end up with the Saturday number dropping 33%. You end up with the Sunday number dropping 27%. You end up with the Monday number dropping extremely 73%. Then you have senior discount day, 14% up. Then you have, another fall from that artificial elevation point, 36%. Again, now what they don't want to do for some reason is give us box office numbers for yesterday. At least not at the numbers for some reason. I'm not sure why. But we will look at what those were by looking at a story I pulled up a minute ago. There it is. I'm grabbing it real quickly. Audiences gobble up the menu. So this is, I'm having to go elsewhere to get this story, right? So audiences gobble up the menu on Thursday. Wakanda Forever ends first week at 220 million plus. Okay. So we're looking at Wakanda Forever posted 7.5 million on Thursday. Oh, wait. So these are the numbers that weren't on the chart that we just pulled from the numbers. Why hasn't it been updated yet on the numbers? Normally, it is. But for some reason, it's not updated there yet. Anyway, regardless, you have an 8% fall off from Wednesday. So it went down from Wednesday. So we went down 36%. Then we went down. It's dropping 500,000 a day or more in box office. Again, had to go to a completely other article written about something else to find coverage on it. That's nuts. Anyway, the downward trend there is inarguable. I'm sticking with my under $800 million projection, and I'm probably going to be right. I may not have actually lowered my expectations enough, because some of my friends have said 750, 700. I think it'll make 700 easy, but we'll see. Hey, look at that. It's my editor, the famous Mr. Grant Gregory. Hopefully you guys are subscribed to Mr. Grant Gregory. He lost his channel completely. It had been just nuked, and it's back now. So I'm very excited about that. And you can check him out. Check out all the stuff he does. He does some amazing shorts. He's doing some short things for me every once in a while. And I appreciate that. In fact, he did that whole rap thing from one of the gaffes during one of my videos. So for the 54 of you that are here at the moment, please hit the like button. I would truly appreciate that. We're going to start dual streaming regularly here and on Odyssey. And as soon as I can get Rumble to cooperate, I'll be doing that over there as well. So we will be streaming to 3 platforms simultaneously for these Friday shows. And eventually, hopefully, the 6-minute dailies. So I anticipate that we will be looking at a significant collapse of the box office for Wakanda Forever. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's talk to you. Let's talk to you guys. I want to have a conversation here because there's a lot of you here. I want to know what you think there on any of these subjects, to be honest with you. We've got Darcipio trying to figure out how they keep up at FNT. Yeah, that chat gets wild and woolly. Hey, what's up, Terry Ratcliffe? Good to see you. How much does senior day movie ticket cost now? I think I was widely reported with AMC that the tickets were like $5 or something. I have to look that back up, but I think that's somewhat accurate. Not a lot. Common Earth is 500 million. I don't know, but international box office has basically hit the brakes at this point, and I don't see them doing big money over the next weekend. So Darcipio doesn't think it's going to make 800 million. I think a lot of people are in that same ballpark. That makes no sense. I mean, man, you alienated so much of your audience in one film, and literally there's overt racisms in there, like everywhere, based on what people are describing. Hey, the Chatimal is here. What's up, Soul Assassin? Good to see you. Let's see. Thank you, Eric K, for promoting Mr. Grant Gregory's channel. Appreciate you. Thank you again, Eric K, for adding members, I should say, to my channel every day. That's more than appreciated, my friend. I do love it. Yeah, let's see. Oral mango. Poor drunk. Poor drunk. We've got Olaf Van Ness saying it may just reach barely 700 million or 659 million. That's interesting. I think that might be a little low, but maybe. And if you're right, more power to you. I don't know. Let's see. I really hope they make a She-Panther and a She-Hulk team-up movie. That'd be the tits. Yeah. I don't have interest in this stuff anymore. I just don't. I really do believe She-Hulk was my final straw, because I don't care anymore. I had Disney Plus for free for a long time, and I don't know how I really didn't go there other than like to watch some dumb show that I was going to roast for the channel or on a show. I just don't care anymore. Really don't care anymore. But we're going to get an A-Force. I keep saying it. I know people aren't believing me, but you're going to get it. I mean, they already kind of did the whole triangle representation thing in the film, in Endgame. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, Pinochet? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Namor, oh boy, I can't say the last part there. But, bueno. Larry, a name so nice you have to say it twice. Senior days get newsreels and cartoons before the movie starts. Gosh, that would be great. I wish we could go back to that. Wasn't that awesome? I think oh, wait. Oh, wow. I think this is genius. Thank you, Mr. Shirt. I when I restart the Sunday Culture Review at the beginning of the year, remind me to have you come back on as a guest. I haven't hung out with you in a while. I might see you over on MF at some point in the next few weeks, but I guess that Matt's doing the show tonight, so the MF for Cocktail Lounge on Foulball Productions channel. Anyway, just another Richard says, I think word of mouth is killing the box office. 500 million, 650 million max. See, I think we're cutting off the American experience audience. There's going to be a lot of people looking for something to do. And going into next week, I think we're looking at Strange World with some counter programming to this. And that movie is, I cannot wait to cover that car crash, folks. In fact, I imagine that's going to be a point of conversation tonight on FNT. I would hope so, because they're introducing an openly in an animation, mind you, they're introducing an openly gay teenage relationship in the course of an animated film targeted at children and families. And that relationship is overt. It's not, a background kiss or something. I imagine that's going to be a point of conversation for a lot of people. Anthony Monzano says, I disagree. I think Black Panther 2 will make between 8 and 19 between 890 million to 950. I see. 800 million. Okay. And 90 million. Yeah. Okay. 900 million, 50. Yeah. Okay. 950 million. All right. All right. Let's see. I checked out of She-Hulk after 3 episodes. Same for Kenobi. I think a lot of people checked out of Kenobi. And it's getting really low for Marvel. And it's all negative attention. Like I said, that's why that Fandom Nation thing coming out of VIP is worthless. Because it's a lie. They created YouTubers to just destroy this stuff. If that's the legacy you want to support with your study there, well, good on you. Because you're not generating fans and you've cut the audience in half. Right? Yeah. I hope they make Wakanda 3 and make it $1 billion production. I think they should, Eric Cake. Throw more money at it. Busy day ahead of you. I'll try and behave at FNT. Change my mind. Need to support G&G. There you go. I want to. It's hard to behave at FNT. It's hard. They cover a lot of stuff, and they've already got 581 people waiting for a show that starts in an hour. Bonkers. I started a little bit early today because I had to, because I knew we weren't going to be able to go too terribly long today. So, let's see. We got Turo out there saying, I tried watching Wakanda Forever for free at home. Fell asleep 15 minutes in. Seriously. A lot of people did. I didn't. Yeah. Not that interested. Thunderduck says, hi there. According to Wikipedia, Parler had 36 employees. Let's say 50 now. Twitter's overblown. Yeah. It's been said by people that would be familiar that maybe Twitter needs about 50 key people and maybe some outsourced folks, and that's about it. It doesn't need a lot. Social media thing. I mean, think about it. Social media is so easy that you could decentralize it, have like very few people, and it would still work. Just dumb. Only movie I'm excited for this year. I used to love going to the theater. I'm also worried they will mess with Dune. Yeah, that's the Dunicorn. Yeah. I put the sandworm out there. That's an emoji you can have if you're a member of the channel. So there you go. For my entertainment is you guys, Valiant and company. Yeah, Valiant's killing it lately. WDW Pro's doing great on that Park Place with his articles. Midnight's Edge. Jay, yeah, I love Drunk 3PO. G&G, yeah, I enjoy watching you guys more than any TV show, movie they release. I'm kind of done with all that. Yeah, you're not the only one, my friend. You realize when I'm done here, right? I'm gonna, kind of put all of this into sleep mode, and I'm going to go into the media room, and I'm going to turn on one of the TVs and watch FNT along with all of you. And I'll sit on the couch in there, and I'll get the computer set up next to me. The one that's there, I've got a touch screen in there, and I'll be in the chat. And while that's going on, I might play a video game on one of the other, on the bottom television or something. But I'm always engaged with YouTube. And I don't know if that's media addiction or not. I just know that the only thing worth my attention and distraction is YouTube and the creators I follow. And that's why I always encourage people, follow a bunch of creators. Follow the people that you like. Find more people through those people, because they're going to lead you on a pretty decent path to getting some really good stuff out there, analysis, conversation. You're going to find a lot of wonderful people to chat with in the fellowship, everybody. Yeah. What's up, Diesel? Good to see you, man. Let's see. Yeah. Soul Assassin. I stopped with MCU shows halfway through WandaVision. Besides Deadpool and the Guardians Christmas specials, nothing's left. Yeah. I think the Guardians is going to be, Guardians 3, the last Guardians of the Galaxy film, I think that might be the breaking point for a whole other group of people. For reasons I'm not going to disclose here, because there'd be That'd be mean. But I think a lot of people are just going to be done. I don't blame them. I'm done. Been done for a while. Yes, thank you, Jason. I saw this news earlier about an hour ago. Jordan Peterson has been restored to Twitter. There's a pathway back, ladies and gentlemen. Articles are being written right now about it, and you're going to start seeing a lot of people that were canceled coming back. Finally. It's a couple weeks too late, but it's all right. And let's see. Oh, hey, John Cipolla says, I cannot wait for Devotion. I hope it buries Black Panther. Black Panther. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I don't know. Yeah, here we go. Logic's Finest says, sexualizing children is a hard no. Yeah. For almost all of us. I can't imagine. I can't imagine people on the pro side of that. All right, like how? And you know the insertion of stuff in there. You know, again, it's done for a reason. It's propagandist. It's population control. It's social engineering. Whatever you want to call it. It's all of those things wrapped into one, probably. What's up, Daryl? Good to see you, buddy. Larry's like, I don't have $50 or more to super chat at FNT. Just you know, chat. A lot of us monitor the chat during the shows. There's some of the bigger places that I hang out at, you know, where there's a few thousand people sometimes, and I'm still monitoring the chat. I try to pay attention and keep track. It's nice that, you know, when I'm using the special accessibility features that I've found that allow me to operate everything in dark mode, including the chat, I get my name highlighted in orange. So it's really easy for me to see when I'm able to pay attention to the chat. And you know, whether or not you're able to super or not, I think you'd be surprised how many chats people see. Sometimes they just don't have the ability or the you know to say anything or to chat back. I mean, just in a big show like that, people are always working. So yeah. Culture, this account was disabled on Nerdrotic. Really? I would imagine that was probably Eric's fault. Well, I'm glad you're here. Matt Vader's here. Look at that guy. He's great. You're great. My friends over at the Salty Nerd podcast. Matt Vader's awesome. Matt Kadish is awesome. There were way too many Matts last Saturday. I mean, having Fowler there, foul ball. Yeah. No, and you know, the Popcast guys. I mean, there's so much greatness over there at Salty Nerd Podcast. You should check them out. Check them out. Plus, they're my friends. You guys want me to build a brick pizza oven? I haven't done one in a while. I probably should. I think you guys will like it. Should do that. It might be a media addiction. Well, maybe. You can't say Doomcock and Neurotic in the same sentence anymore. Why? I can. I do. Is there something I don't know? I don't do a lot of drama, so I try to ignore anything that might have any drama tied to it. I'm probably going to super chat FNT today. Usually every couple of weeks. Send them a super chat. They're my friends. Come on, I know all those people. Yeah, a lot of people like when you actually are live gaming, and I believe me, I'm so tomorrow. I think I've already announced this, but I'm my gaming channel. I don't know if Eric can find it or one of the mods, but anyway, my gaming channel I'll be live streaming tomorrow. I'll be playing Cyberpunk 2077, just kind of more character building, and I might play some missions just to like keep people from getting bored. But I love gaming, and it's a way for me to like stream, hang out with you, and you know, blossom steam at the same time. I love it. I love gaming. It's a lot of fun. Oh, that's right. Good Morning Multiverse is at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. That's right. You can check out the high production value that Jason gives you that nobody else does, which it blows my mind that he doesn't have a massive channel. It's very strange. We got Pinochet's helicopter tours. Yes. Thank you, my friend, for the $5 super chat saying, now, CC, don't get me in trouble. LOL. I put a space between the two words on purpose, and Disney made the actual statement in the movie. Yeah, many of them. Holy cow. Do you realize how many racisms are in that film? And again, I'm counting on other people's like reporting. Like they may have missed some of the overtly terrible things that were being put on display in the zeitgeist, right? That's not good. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Rackets is back live on YouTube tonight. I didn't know that. Check out Rackets. We got we got so many great people to follow on YouTube. Just scrolling through, guys, trying to catch up. John wants to get his Twitter back. I hope you get it back. Devotion sounds good to me too. What's up, OC Dobbins? Good to see you. Oh, by the way, I think I've been following Odin's stuff even more closely than normal, and I think I think he's closest to the number, but I'm still sticking with my under 800 million for Wakanda Forever, but we'll see. Hey, what's up, 70s? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Elon is cleaning Twitter's room. Yes, he is. He's Jordan Petersoning. Good gravy. Easy for me to say. Elon needs to hire some good people, or maybe Twitter was mostly 70% fluff. I think mostly 70% fluff. Seriously. Yeah, the Twitter meltdown is so entertaining to watch. It is, yeah, and I think Tom's right. It is the final re. Why does it look like I got a hair that's? Oh man, need to condition. Got a condition tonight. Let's see. It'll take a while for major changes to happen at Twitter. I think it's already happening. I think algorithmically things are going to change. And they've already started to change. It's not been overtly obvious, but there's been subtle stuff there. I get to see a lot of stuff I wasn't seeing before. I don't know. And again, I mean, maybe that's because I'm $8 Culture Casino now. I don't know, but maybe. Iced coffee. Yummy, yummy. 50 pesos. Okay. I like 50 pesos. Oh, I know I have more supers out there, guys. Let me get to them. Okay, I'll build a pizza oven. I love brick oven fire pizza. I love it. It's really good. Oh, it means I need to go get some mesquite. Ooh. I think everybody watches a lot of both Death Angel Shadow. I don't know what that is. How do you get banned on Doomcock's channel? Lisa, what were you doing? Were you misbehaving? Yeah, the more perspectives, the better. There you go. Yeah, it's a Culture Casino Gaming. Cultured Gaming, something like that. Eric K probably find it. Somebody will. I need to put that in my description. I'm terrible. One of my mods is like, you suck as a YouTuber. You need to put all your channels in the description. Okay. I can take the criticism. You're right. I suck as a YouTuber. I'm not a pro. I'm an old guy. Lisa was a pop group. That's right. Lisa and the Cult Jam. Is that right? Randall Lorcher says, hey, all. My other show, I watch Trigonometry. Ends at 12:30. So I missed the first half. You can go back and watch it. It's fine. Just normal culture rants. Plus my boomer moment. I think the first 30 to 45 seconds of the stream, or no, actually, it's more longer than that. I think it was almost 2 minutes of the stream. I was muted. Boomer Casino. Once a stream reaches a certain level, you need to accept that your super chat should be intended for the chat and not the panel, since the odds of it getting read decrease more and more. Yeah. I mean, I don't think Rackets and a lot of the other people are able to get to every single one of theirs. And of course, what I really appreciate is the fact that a lot of channels will do a catch up stream. I think that really does honor the people, and it gives it's actually a little more special. That's why I really kind of like it when Gary does that, because it really is kind of special. You're being called out individually in a stream that's just dedicated to super chats. Pretty cool. The old Star Wars arcade game from the 80s. Oh, that would be so good. Bet you I could find one, like on an emulator, MAME emulator. I'll go looking for that. There we go. Thank you for that, Xenomorph. There it is, Cultured Casino Gaming. I think if you just type that in, I think that handle actually just works. I think I turned the handle thing on. Oh, I need to do that on Cultured Builds. Or maybe I did that already too. I don't know. Again, non-professional. Should get the Dick's crew to play the Ghostbusters game. Unleash the chaos. There you go. That's a good idea. I know I could get Tom to play. Can Lisa post on X-Ray Girls chat? Don't know. FYI, all of December we're doing Open Line Friday, so everyone needs to stop by. I didn't know that. This is news to me, Jason. Oh, so I'm going to be upgrading soundboards again here in the next month or so. I'm going to get, because I have a travel soundboard. I think we talked about this. You guys probably saw it if you watch Sporkin News podcast stream from the Boomer House. Because that was the big live show that we did while we were in Florida. Anyway, I need to get a new soundboard that's similar to the one that they take with me that's portable. So I'm going to buy one of those Rodecaster Pros or something similar. And that way I can actually plug in a cell phone that will be dedicated to the channel. And I can actually take calls too, because I think that would be awesome, right? Being able to take calls. Be pretty cool, I think. I would do it virtually with like a Google Voice thing, but I've seen people do that before and it doesn't seem to work out well. So, Sergeant Politeness, what's up, my friend? Sends me a super sticker. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Scrolling back to find out what it is. What is it? Bamagrad made me cry. You guys missed that. Well, almost not quite, but it was close. I almost cried. I got a Doomacorn. Thank you, Sergeant Politeness, for the Doomacorn. I appreciate you. Racketa Law. That's right, Ricketts. Rackets. Zippity doo dah, zippity a. My oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine headed my way. Zippity doo dah, zippity a. You've never seen me on Doomcock stream? Thomas Conyers Jr. is there on a regular basis. Yeah. I'll make it on there at some point in time. I'm not going to say this because I think a lot of people misunderstand. I would love to be on any of these shows. But it's their channel. If people want me on there, if people want me on FNT, or people want me on Doomcock's channel, or people want me on somebody else's thing, they have to want me there. I imagine in the near future, because I was asked, I'll be on some pretty decent sized channels. But I'm busy. I think everybody is. I get to hang out occasionally with my friends. Like sometimes I'll be on Gary's member streams and stuff like that, or I'll be hanging out with Ryan, or drunk or whatever. But I it is what it is. I mean, just that if you worry about stuff like that, it's a waste of your time. You end up with ulcers and stuff. Who cares? But maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see. I mingle with the CG stuff sometimes. I just always There we go. I just don't, there we go, always want to be sold on a comic on streams, mainly because I'm never a huge comic book guy. You know what? The CG channels are great. Mandy's one of my favorite humans. She's funny and she knows what she's doing. I don't have the assets that Mandy has to market myself. But she's great. I love her to pieces. And, I support books. Not every book, but I support books. I have so much stuff from the Rippaverse. It's silly. I'm going to have to open the box. I'm going to do that. That'll be next week's video. I'll open a box. What's in the box? What's in the box? What's up, Shrap? $8 used to buy a college education. Wouldn't surprise me. Tell you what, you could have bought your way onto Twitter for $15K. Well, I should say into, what do you call it? Check mark. Oh, wait, I said inflammatory statements? I need to get to wherever this chat is. Inflammatory statements, culture. Oopsie. I don't say anything like that. Don't they? Me? Come on. I love Moon Knight and Hawkeye. I love Moon Knight, not the show. I look, I'm not going to yuck your yum, Thunderduck. You and I are not always going to agree on everything, but they butchered one of my favorite characters in Moon Knight. I understand a lot of people enjoyed it. One of the people that I hold quite dear, Tina Bojan, right? She liked the show too. She likes most of the Disney Plus shows. I don't care. What it is what it is. I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of being lectured to. Jason. I don't do work. Yes, you do, Tom. Liar. Not in this house. I love Tom. I miss him so much. You got to hang out with Tom more. You're going to do a mustard stream? The hell is that? What is a mustard stream? I think your opinion's valid, Brightest Day. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Commander, it's regular shit. Says, how do I get banned or called off by... I don't know. What? I hope that's not true. Culture, talking about being banned, Odin banned you from Nerdrotic Channel because I well, I don't usually go out of my way to offend people. I try not to make ad hominem attacks. I don't know what to say to that. Hey, your Muslim uncle. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Xenomorph, for showing everybody the channel. Appreciate it. What is 9720? I don't know what that means. Death Angel Sash is like, need to find a mixer that is well shielded against RF. Well, okay, so if you have a Guitar Center nearby, they sell the Zoom products, not like Zoom, the streaming garbage for working, but it's actually XOOM, and they make a multi-station XLR interface that plugs right into via USB into your PC. You can even take it portably without a computer and use it. There's a record feature if you put in a memory stick, and you can actually do a podcast on it without anything but mics. So it also has a plug for plugging in a phone too. Check that out. The Boomer House stream was way fun, Lisa. It was a lot of fun. I want to take calls. I think it's fun. I really do. I love that idea. Hey, Zachariah, good to see you, my friend. Yeah, you can pipe calls through StreamYard and feed them into OBS, but I'm gonna see how you do it, Jason, and see if I can mimic it. I know that Tom did a call-in stream. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to him about how you want to do that. I want you to want me. All right, Tom. I think culture would be a good fit for Doom Cop's pop culture streams. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'll be on I'll be on December 7th. I'll be over on uh, the Money Talk show, which is normally on Mondays, but this time it's on a Wednesday, which is weird. That's all right. I'm a floating head. Let's see. I'll shell for FNT again, but I don't want to have any weight behind my voice. That's not true. You have a ton of weight, man. You're awesome. Love you, dude. Let's see. CultureCasino. Next channel, Cultured Songs. You know what? I was solicited to sing for something. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. We'll see. I got somebody else that solicited me to do something for vocal work. I'm going to be doing that this weekend. I wonder who that could be. Florals off him, everybody. He's so great. Yeah, dude, I saw it. You finally knocked that 400 on the board. Good job. Dude, I won't be satisfied till you're, over 1,000 and monetized, bro. You totally deserve it. Flora from Under a Rock, just amazing. Amazing. Love that. Cotton Connection. Love it. Of course I'll be on your stream. Grant. I just hit 60K. I'll be there, dude. You're a huge channel. I can't believe you still edit for me. Why isn't your head bigger? Anyway. Let's see. Who else is around? Bean O'Shea is sponsoring the show today. Thank you, my friend, for the super chat. Man, thank you for the participation today, folks. I get my cheap chats read by Tim Pool. Bring the fire. That's right. Dude, Tim Pool loves you. I can't believe how many times he's reading your chats, bro. You're always there. You're living in his head. I think it's the name. Bean O'Shea's helicopter tour. If you make 20K per month after taxes, you can surely do a super chat catch up. Take some of your precious time for the fans. I'm adding words for you, but I'd love to make 20K a month doing YouTube. Be great. I don't know who does that, but I don't know where anybody would get those numbers either. None of those things like Social Blade or any of that stuff's anywhere close to accurate. Somebody told me I was making bank. I'm like, are you high? I'm like saving up money to buy a soundboard with my YouTube money. It is what it is. Yeah, we haven't done a karaoke stream in a long time, Larry. I should probably do that. How did we get now we just turned into like chat talking stuff. There's no subjects of me talking to you guys. Stream raid. Well, thank you for the stream raid, everybody. Wow, I must be way behind. I apologize. Wow, I'm like 20 minutes behind as usual. Sorry. You know what? I'm gonna have to do the banner like Odin does at the bottom. It just says, I am 20 minutes behind on the chat because it's just constant. Culture Thanksgiving tips stream. Oh, hey. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Actually, might get both me and the boss talking on that one. Camera aimed down at what we're doing. Chopping up the bread into little tiny cubes for the stuffing, and then toasting the bread. Yeah, that good stuffing requires fine detail work. Captain Fandom Nerd in the house, also with a member chat early in the stream. Got to check out Captain Fandom Nerd. Good dude. Hey, Ruben's here. What's up, Ruben? Oh, and so's Katina. Hi, Katina. Vertical Horizons is hanging out. Look at all these wonderful human beings. Ruben is just like flirting. Ruben's always flirting with the ladies. That's right. That's right. Growth. Fire. That's right. We all want growth. Indeed. That's why I'm a member of Dick's Division, for all the growth. Da, da, da. Quick, talk about Brie Larson or something. Man, her feet. The thing of nightmares. Bone! What is up, Bone? It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Tim Hayes. Purple Haze. CultureCasino, do after hours karaoke with me, Jedi Bill, Tom, and deleted scenes. You have a lot of fun. I love all those people. I do. Is 6 here? Is 6 here? I think 6 is still here. 6 is awesome. Hail Midnighters. That's right. Already at 75 likes. All right, there's 68 of you here. Let's do one last conversation. CultureCasino, are you going to be on the comic stream on Thanksgiving? Yes, I will have wrapped up the last meal of the day at that point, so I think so. Yep. Maybe I'll dress up like a turkey, like Drunk did. Maybe that'll get me more subs. He has no shame. I love Jay. He's so good. All right. Well, this last one isn't full of humor or mirth, which is a bummer. But this is something, again, it just won't go away. When it finally does, I'll be happy not to cover it ever again. Alec Baldwin, this just dropped a little while ago. Alec Baldwin, Rust, fatal shooting, police report released. It details the chaos on the indie Western set. This is not going to go anywhere until it's done. We're going to get little dribs and drabs until whatever happens with this, as far as the criminals case or any of that other stuff. We won't know until we know. There's already been financial settlements and other things that have been done, but there's still potentially a criminal matter. So according to a refresh for updates, over 2 weeks after the final police report for the shooting on the Rust set of director of photography Helena Hutchins by Alec Baldwin last October was handed over to the local DA, the document has been made public. Amidst dense listing of events and inventory from local police, the FBI, and others, a 540-page report reveals the set in chaos even before the shooting. You can actually read the report. So all I have to do is go to Deadline, grab this article, and hit this link. Read the report here. So Ross Adigo, anyway, a dolly grip who was present when the tragic incident took place and heard armorer Hannah Gutierrez saying that the prop gun was clear. Details that there were issues with her in the previous week. That Gutierrez, Reed, and her crew had issues that involved negligent discharges per Ross. Gutierrez was preparing one of 6 firearms, or 6 guns, I'm going to put it that way, and one of the revolvers went off toward her foot. A few minutes later, at the cabin set, a discharged gun went off that wasn't announced, which would have been the AD Dave Hall's responsibility to announce. Ross also mentioned 6 cameramen walked off set the day of the incident, and that the head of the camera department, Lane Looper, wrote a letter to the production about the mishaps. Upon arriving to the set to assess the situation on that October day, investigator T. Benavides located Gutierrez Reed with a handgun in her left hand with the muzzle pointed down. I observed Hannah to be emotional, and at this time I took custody of the handgun. The investigator details that the armor was very emotional and getting more agitated because of the incident. She was placed in the rear of a police car with the side rear door open and the vehicle locked. The new Mexico District Attorney, Mary Carmack Atwise, hasn't charged anyone in the Rust tragedy. The DA's office had no comment at this time in response to the report. Deadline has also reached out to the attorneys of Gutierrez Reed. As with all cases that the district attorney handles, her focus will be in upholding the integrity of the process, enforcing the laws of the state of New Mexico, and pursuing justice, said a rep for the DA. Meanwhile, and as I mentioned this before, the Hutchins estate settled with the Rust producers in Baldwin, pending a civil suit with an agreement made that Rust would get finished as a film. Reports indicated late October that Rust would not return to New Mexico to finish production, but eyeing a shooting location here in California. So on and so forth. And here's the quote. The tragedy happened because live bullets were delivered to the set and loaded into the gun. Gutierrez Reed failed to check the bullets or the gun carefully. Halls failed to check the gun carefully and yet announced the gun was safe before handing it to Baldwin. And Zachary failed to disclose that Gutierrez Reed had been acting recklessly offset and was a safety risk for those around her. And that's read from the cross complaint by Baldwin's attorney. So there you go. Everybody's going to cast blame on everybody else. And yet the tragedy still remains. Unbelievable. And it bothers me, right? I mean, that and many other things bother me, but that bothers me specifically because this thing took so long to get where it is now, and there's no justice available here for anybody. Anybody who pretends that there is wildly out of their mind. It's kind of a bummer. And I like I said, we aren't going to, this won't end. I won't continue to have it in my face that I have to cover and talk about regularly until it actually ends. And it won't end until these criminal charges are either filed or not. And I have a feeling they'll be filed. Tatsu-sama, thank you for the 1 Swiss franc, I'm pretty sure. Super chat. I appreciate that, my friend. I'm pretty sure. And everybody's saying hi to Mikey. Mikey! It's Mexican Iron Man, ladies and gentlemen. This guy's famous. He's a huge YouTuber. He just had a video cross over 120,000 views. It wasn't even on his own channel. That's how big a YouTuber Mexican Iron Man is. Seriously. He makes guest appearances and just the roof blows off. Incredible. Sean Landergan's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, he wants to clear his name because he's a narcissist. That's true. If you're talking about Baldwin. Brahma, this is no way to talk about that lovely young lady. I've met her. Bad joke. Bad Brahma. Bad Brahma. You should be punished. Tax Shark for $10. Thank you, my friend. And thank you also for being a member. Says, breaking. Family of John Wilkes Booth sues Abraham Lincoln estate for negligently attempting Booth to shoot Lincoln. Thanks for the great stream at Culture Casino. Well, thank you for bringing levity, my friend, to an otherwise sad situation. Thank you, Tax Shark. That was good. Rogue Thinker says, it's not racism if culture has a restraining order. What is happening right now? I will, Tom. This guy, Culture, live streams 400 hours per week, but there's never any time for the Mexican and me. This is such a lie. These are my friends. You're gonna sue me now? Defamation. He helps us little folk. Oh, you are a YouTuber. You are. How many shows are you on? You're on a show tonight. You're going to be over on Loki's late night stream. Aren't you? Aren't you? Mm-hmm. No Culture. Mexican Iron Man is no YouTuber. He's an excellent producer, though. He's also an excellent producer, Olaf, but he's a YouTuber. Yeah, it doesn't change the fact that the fault lies with the armor more. With the armor, the more we learn about the about her and the situation. I agree with you, Tom, but everybody's at fault there. And no matter what, it's a tragedy, and there's no justice to be found in any of this. None. Hey, what's up? Got Channel Surf here. I don't know if the new controversy was covered here like it was on Midnight's Edge. I tried to get Divulge the Bulge picked up. Well, all I know is that it's very telling, the two people that noticed the bulge, because it was Polly and Nina, right? I'm pretty sure that's right. We got Mexican Iron Man with a member chat. By the way, he's been a member for 18 months. He's also a high roller, so he's going to have to appear on a stream with me as a YouTuber next week. He doesn't know that yet. So support my Bluefish Mexican cousins in their war against the Wakanda superpower. Send donations for more water balloons and seashell face masks. Hashtag Bluefish Mexican Lives Matter. Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Mexican Iron Man's member chat there. So yeah, divulge the bulge indeed. What I don't understand is why would you censor that? I mean, we all saw it. It's like, I don't know. Yes, we are trolling each other. These are my friends. What's up? AI privilege. Yeah, this is how you know we're friends, just because there's all that. Culture, big time casino. Oh, gosh, I wish Humor and Waffles. Yikes. I'll be stopping by Mike's taco cart this weekend. Oh, that would be awesome. I bet you Mike makes good tacos. Not responding. Who's not responding, Mikey? Yeah, I think Drunk 3PO should get Mexican Iron Man on FNT. That would really, and that would solidify his YouTube career. I think that would be amazing. I'm all up for that. I don't think. Look, she got that job through nepotism, pure and simple. Tom, you and I both know that. And we're talking about Hannah Gutierrez Reed, whose father is a famous armorer. Rob Alta says it's Nina's fault about the bulge. I don't know. Channel Source says the Latino bulge. Oh my. I didn't know. I know you didn't like Moon Knight. It was a statement of mine. No, I appreciate that. No, I'm not attacking you. You know that, Thunderduck. I just, I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum. You know me. You liked it? Good. I didn't. Yeah, can we get to 100 likes, folks? There's 81 of you in here. If you haven't hit the like button, please help. Please help. I feel like I'm doing like freaking lines from Fifth Element. Please help. Divulge the bulge. That's right. Oh, Jordy loves Tom. I think D-Bud's in here. There he is. Can Mexican Iron Man pay for his membership with his mother's holiday cookies? Yes. Yes. Although I'm not into sweets, but I guarantee you that Mama Iron Man makes some good cookies. Or maybe, can I request an empanada? Yeah, maybe. Disney can't handle the bulge. That's right. Tom is right. The sets of movies aren't like gun ranges. This one is less on Alec and more on the armorer and the prop manager. It's still on Alec. Okay. Every single person in the line of that firearm is responsible. The level of culpability varies, but in the end, there's no justice here. I understand what you're saying. Fifth Element's a great movie. It is. I don't know what else you guys want to talk about. I mean, we've got a little bit more time, right? Got a few more minutes. Here's something I didn't need to know. Something that's kind of a bummer. Oh yeah, here's the premiere. Yeah, missed that. But here's the story I really didn't want to talk about, but we're gonna. Because I think it just came out not that long ago, sometime this morning. Chris Hemsworth is going to be taking a break, and there's a reason. He received an Alzheimer's revelation on Disney Plus's Limitless. He's prompted him to taking an extended hiatus. It really triggered me into something in me, he says. So he's ready to slow down. The actor announced in a new interview with Vanity Fair that he'll be taking some time off following the revelation while filming his Disney Plus original series Limitless that he has a genetic predisposition to Alzheimer's. It's not good. Yeah. And you know what? I'd be spending more time with family if I had discovered something like that, a genetic predisposition like that towards Alzheimer's, dementia, etc. So Hemsworth's medical reveal comes in the 5th episode of Limitless, which debuted in full on Disney Plus on Wednesday. The specifics of the diagnosis, per Vanity Fair, are as follows. His makeup includes 2 copies of a gene AOPA4, one from his mother, the other from his father, which studies have linked to an increased risk of Alzheimer's disease. 1 in 4 people carry a single copy of the gene, but only 2 to 3% of the population have both. He has not been given a hard diagnosis of Alzheimer's, but it's a cause for concern. And it's not like I've been handed my resignation from acting. There you go. Interesting. Not good, but interesting. I like the fact that people will hit the pause button when they're confronted with stuff like that, and reassess their lives. A lot of times when you confront mortality, you go one of 2 ways. You dive deep into family and, account for the things that are, precious to you in life, or you become Kevin Smith. Whopper says The Battle of the Bulge is a great movie. There you go. Very funny. There won't be any justice, sadly, just like The Crow. Yeah. I hate that. I still hate that. It still bothers me. You know that. Love that film. Yeah, it bums me out. Yeah, and it's negligence all around. You guys are right. Tell me about your dreams, Culture Casino. You don't want to know. I really just want to run an independent production company where I can feature all of my friends' stuff that they want to do. Because the barrier to entry for production is space and money and equipment. So it's my goal eventually. That's what hopefully I can do. 16-bit mascot for $5 says, I always enjoy the pre-flight. Hail Culture, hail the chat. Happy Friday. Well, thank you, 16-bit mascot, for the $5 super chat, and thank you for being with me for so long. You guys are so great. I love seeing all of you in the chat every week. You guys make me feel like $1 million. You love me. You really love me. Anyway, I really do appreciate it. That's no BS there. Oh. Oh yeah, I've been messing up the time on the show forever. I apologize. Anytime the clock changes or whatever, it takes me weeks to figure it out. So it's crazy. Yeah, FNT won't start for at least 50 minutes. Well, 15 minutes from now they're supposed to start. We'll see. But I make room so that I can watch too. Hey, Xin Wang is here. He says, "Oh, freak," or something similar. Are you doing all right, man? We're good, right? I need to download my new art. This Xin Wang did incredible art for me. Cannot wait. Can't wait. Yeah, I see that perspective, Lisa, but it's not like he's going to be looking for work. This is like one of the most desirable actors in the world. He can take a year or 2 off and it'll be fine. No, it doesn't mean he's going to get it now, but he's going to want to make memories, even if he won't remember them later. That was rough. Shouldn't have said it that way, but you know what I mean. Uncle Remus. No, you guys are so mean. I don't know. I'm not saying nothing about any of this stuff. And again, it comes down to a blood test, gene expression testing, or whatnot. Let's see what else we got here. Izaj Melody says family is the right choice, but most people would take it as a warning, to up production to secure legacy. Maybe, but I think his legacy's fine. He's created generational wealth. As long as the future generations don't spoil that. And believe me, usually generational wealth is squandered in the third generation anyway. Unfortunately, they don't learn from history. They don't learn the fact that you have to protect that by protecting it every generation. That's why you can go from a billionaire family to poverty in 3 generations. Go the other way too, but yeah. Hey, what's up, Read by Nature? Congratulations on being a new member, courtesy of Eric K. Thank you for that. I'm not sure this is a dream. I will say that I have run naked outside in the snow before. I was very young. It's a conversation. You know what? That might be an interesting member stream. I'm sure somebody's going to ask me about that at some point. I face death daily, and I say, not today. Yes, you do, my friend. And we all pray for you every day. Yeah, Riri Williams, baby. Wording. What did I say? I'm not pregnant. What happened, Randall? What did I miss, Randall? I missed something. I guess Thor needs to be recast prompto. No. They got that chick, right? I mean, that's the whole point, right? Just replace the dudes with the chicks. We're done. A-Force, yay. Death Angel said, I don't think I'll live long enough to retire. I think a lot of people are thinking that nowadays. Love the thumbnail for FNT tonight. Yeah, it's going to be off the hook. Jin Wong for an Australian $4 says, I remember as a child, I saw my uncle yelling at my grandpa. The threat of dementia is one of the few things I don't forget. TikTok. Yeah. Man, if I have even a little bit of a memory like hiccup, I notice. People around me notice. You guys probably have noticed. Tom's not simping for Baldwin Floral. Young naked Sasquatch in the snow. I sense memes incoming. There you go. Oh my. Images of culture naked in the snow. Memers. Oh boy. Oh, I started playing around with that AI thing. I have questions for my friends that have been using it for art generation, like Mr. Grant Gregory, my editor. So I found I think it's like Stability AI. That looks pretty interesting. With like Dream Booth. Got to figure that stuff out. Shrap's like, I know my brain is broken. My golden years are going to suck more than my present ones do. I hope that's not true, my friend. Yeah, I miss grandma's cookies. I know how that is. But hey, I cook, so it's good. Yeah. Well, this is funny. E Clay just came up with a great bit. I'm sorry, my earpiece fell out. E Clay says Hemsworth has like 5 brothers to replace him. That's true. There's a lot of them. In fact, one of them's going to try to take over for Cavill in Witcher. Oh, did you see the bologna sausage story that the Superman film may not happen? I laughed and laughed and laughed. You ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon. I'll let you know. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Thank you, Grant. Due to culture's complexion, all you see is a wandering beard in the snow. It's like Cousin It. Where did that? Is that a person out there? Is it like a flying squirrel? What is that? Oh, you guys. Yeah, it's true. All right, Eric K for $5 says everyone will remember Men in Black 6 or whatever he was in with that troll of a lady. Wasn't that 4? Um, was that 4? He was also in like the Ghostbusters chickification too, right? From Paul Feig. Hmm. Which came first, the culture or the casino? I don't know. Be an interesting discussion to say the least. Thank you, Eric, for the super chat, my friend. So technically, an egg can't, nor can a chicken. It must be the rooster. Hey, there comes the rooster. Probably. Oh my gosh, we got to start wrapping it up, folks. Yeah, stable diffusion. There it is. Thank you. Pinochet's helicopter tours for the save. There you go. Yeah, I'm hungry. You guys made me hungry talking about all this food. Anyway, thanks again, Eric. I appreciate it. I'm really excited about my autopsy club I just joined. What? Tuesday is open mic night? What? It's not a good joke. It's terrible. Grant, come on. Do you believe in life after love? Last night was so great. What an incredible meme. I was very like mortified. You guys are funny. That's terrible. You guys are laughing at that. Uh, yeah, the chat, like, it was still terrible. 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 Charles Barkless is terrible. Terrible. You look great for your age, though. Thank you. God, if Cher had a beard like that, it'd be a completely different thought process. Let me tell you. Uh, is Cher responsible for the auto tuning nonsense? Yes. Man, that was such a mess. Oof. You're gonna get only elbows. If I ever had an OnlyFans, it would just be my elbows. Pictures of my elbows. Cher's plastic surgeons can turn back time. If I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd take all. Wait, no, I'd take back all the things that hurt you if you'd stay. If I could reach the stars. Only bulges. No, that's Namor. Wow. Nothing but beard. There you go, Thunderduck. Just beard. By the way, the beard's coming back in nicely, isn't it? I'm going to have Santa beard by the time we get to Christmas, right? I think so. What do you call a rooster with lettuce and salad dressing in its eye? Chicken sees a salad. Great. Now we're doing dad jokes. Dude, I promise you, straddling a naval cannon would be very uncomfortable. Chick or dude. Just saying. Attitude is super helpful when singing signing ongoing soprano like Miss Piggy, and you're just flat. Yeah. Listening to CC sing sure is like listening to Homer says Simpson butcher the words to when the Saints go marching in. Well, I hope I was that entertaining. You guys are wonderful. Dad jokes are the best jokes. Thanks, John. I had so much fun hanging out there. The Black Pill stream was so much fun on Wednesday. Thanks for having me. I had a good time. We're having a good time. We're having a good time. Oh. You go, girl. Nice beard. Thank you, Tatsu-sama, and I appreciate the two. Swish Franks. Swish? I feel like I'm playing basketball. Swiss Franks. I appreciate it, my friend. I think I'm right. Those are Swiss francs, right? Somebody tell me I'm right, please. Yeah. That's not even a dad joke. It's like an abusive stepfather joke. Oh my. You just saw the trailer for the Santa movie. He's killing terrorists. Die Hard with a Santa. I don't know why he would make this movie. Might be fun. Yeah, I know a fair number of us are dads, so it makes sense. Oh, I know. They're terrible. You guys are so great. Yeah, I was right. Thank you. Plus, I love that. I love that icon. Your avatar's bitching, dude. Bitchin' Camaro. I ran over my neighbor. Member chats are working again. Yay! Including one from Read by Nature, who's been a member for 4 months, as dad jokes to match our dad bods. Indeed. Indeed, I represent that comment. Let's see. Darren Hughes, member for 6 months and a heck of a wrench, says, let's see. Don't listen to him, CC. You've got a great voice. Hail, everyone. Happy Friday. Well, I agree. Dad bots. No, Jason, not dad bots. Oh, goodness. I hope everybody had fun today. We got to wrap it up. We've got Friday Night Tights coming up here in just a moment. Friday Night Frolics after that. At some point, you got the MF for Cocktail Hour with Matt Fowler on Foul Ball Productions. You've got Loki's late night stream coming up as well. There's so much stuff tonight. Hope you can find something to do. And then tomorrow, we'll start the day tomorrow with a gaming stream on my gaming channel. Yeah, a little Mr. Rogers riff there. But I can't wait to do that. I love playing Cyberpunk. Hopefully you'll swing by. I think I've had a grand total of 28 views on my channel. The gaming channel. That's all right. I've only done one thing over there, but anyway, check it out. It's a lot of fun. Try to subscribe if you're not already. And if you get a chance to watch anything, I'd appreciate it. And you don't have to stay for long, just like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Anyway, we got Xenomorph in the chat, 7 months, a member of the channel, says, remember to schedule the member stream. One of the perks of being a member. That's right. And I will. In fact, we'll try to get that done tomorrow. I'm not doing anything on Sunday. I'm really trying to hold out for one off day on Sunday. We'll see. But if not, I'll do the member stream on Sunday. Why not? Could probably make that work. We'll get the link out there in the community tab. So keep your eyeballs peeled. Well, don't actually peel your eyeballs. It's gross. Don't do that. Plus, you need them to see. If you still retain the gift of sight, I'm not going to be ableist. I'm just going to be me. Speaking of which, I need you to be you. Thanks for being here, everybody. I hope you hit the like button on the way out. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Be seated. This time we're ready in about 1 minute. Thank you.
Have a great weekend, everyone.